The Duterte and Marcos political blocs have been drifting apart since the heyday of Uniteam Ticket in 2022, when Ferdinand Marcos Jr., replacing Rodrigo Duterte as president, and Sara Duterte becoming vice president. This split has occurred while the Philippines being embroiled in a territorial dispute with China over their sovereignty rights in the West Philippine Sea. The Philippines Congress is currently considering impeachment charges against President Duterte, with a poll showing 41% of respondents supporting impeachment and 35% opposing it. Last week, President Marcos has announced an executive order to remove Vice President Duterte and her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, from the country's National Security Council. Former President Duterte has been obstructive to Marcos's power, regularly calling him a drug addict and accusing him wanting to amend the Constitution to stay in power. He has also called for the secession of Mindanao from the Philippines and called for a military coup to remove Marcos from office. His daughter and current Vice President Sara Duterte threatened to have President Marcos assassinated in November. The feud between the two parties supports keeping the Dutertes off of the NSC as being disruptive force and allowing Dutertes an inroad to high-level government discussions would be unadvisable. Both the US and Japan have remained focused on external threats to the Philippines, with the Japanese foreign minister set to meet with President Marcos in Manila in January to discuss China. The US prefers a more predictable and supportive Marcos over a more unpredictable Duterte, and China the opposite. Information security and handling in the Philippines must be updated if the Philippines armed forces want more advanced US weapons and intelligence support, and the supportive Marcos could pave the way for this to happen. The US has already started providing financial assistance with $500 million grants to improve joint bases and the security architecture to this end. The political risk for any party to interfere in Philippine politics is significant, as intervention in internal affairs could swing the Philippine populace in one direction.